Are you tired of your flooring company's website traffic not actually convert into leads that want to buy your products or services? Website traffic is amazing. You've got to have it. You've got to have people actually coming to the website. But if they're not converting into leads, what's kind of the point, right? Like you have to have people go from a visitor to a converted lead that you can actually talk to on the phone, book for an in-home or in-showroom appointment, and sell them on your services, right? It's pretty simple how the process works. So if your website is not set up to convert, and if you're kind of frustrated with maybe not getting a lot of leads or like appointments or form fills or phone calls from your website, actually, it could be it's just not set up to convert traffic into leads. So today I'm going to show you 3 really quick and easy ways that you can adjust your website if you're already getting some traffic in to convert a high percentage of that traffic into actual leads. So I'm on a current website right now, and these are going to be just 3 really quick things. I'm not going to go over every single exhaustive thing that you can do, because obviously it's going to extend a little bit further. But if you implement these 3 things, then you can easily get more leads from your website, your flooring company's website. So the first one is, as soon as somebody gets to your website, there's got to be an immediate call to action, right? Typically it's going to be, an estimate, a quote, or book an appointment, something like that. Request an estimate. It's a good one to have. It's one that a lot of people use, right? And that is what people are looking for when they go to a flooring company website, is to actually get an estimate on the services. Now you can spice this up, change it up a little bit. You can say like, get a quick estimate, get a free quote. You can change up the language, test that out, but you got to have an immediate call to action, right? And then on top of that, for this first one, once you have that call to action, really, initially it's going to be a form most times, and I'll talk about calls and other ways too, but for a form fill, you have the call to action, they click on it, and then they're going to go to a form fill, right, if that's how you have it set up. And I suggest you have a form option that people can fill out. So they see the call to action, they fill out the form, right? So let's say somebody goes through this process, and then after that, you've got to have a way to immediately follow up with these people, either through automatic text, automatic email, or have them actually book an estimate appointment after they submit the form. So what you can do is you can hit, hey, they submit the form, request a quote. Don't just do an email notification or a text notification to yourself, or say like, hey, we'll get back to you in 48 hours. But there's plenty of ways nowadays that you can set this up to where your lead is actually getting a text message from you automatically, just through different, automation, to where you're conversationally asking them to book an appointment. So if John Smith wants to book an appointment, he sees the call to action on the website first thing, clicks on it, comes here, fills out the form, he should be getting a text from the owner or the manager or the salesperson, whatever, saying, hey, John, this is Bob with Bob's Flooring. Thanks for submitting your info. When's a good day and time to schedule an estimate for you to look at your project? Right? So we're starting that conversation immediately. And you can also have them just book an appointment. You can send them to like a thank you page and have them book. But just think outside the box and do more with that form fill. So first, have that call to action on the home page. And then if it's to a form fill, once they fill out the form, have some automation in place that starts the conversation and has them book an appointment, right? So that's going to be number 1. That's easily going to, hike up the conversion rates on your website traffic. Number 2 is, this one's really, really big. This is kind of the second way, is having a chat bubble option. So obviously this is not anything brand new or anything. It's not anything groundbreaking, right? But it's very overlooked. There's a lot of flooring company websites I look at that still don't have this in place. You need to have something like this, like on the bottom right here, to where there's a chat bubble option. Nowadays, people don't want to necessarily call a business immediately. Some people do, but there's quite a bit of people now that just want to message a business. Messaging is becoming one of the most popular ways that people are communicating with local flooring companies, right? Or just local businesses in general. And so you have to play into that. People who don't want to fill out a form or don't want to give you a phone call, they just want to message. It's very easy. It's low barrier to entry. There's nothing they have to commit to. Filling out a form kind of has this very intense feeling to it, like I'm committing to something. But if you can have just a chat thing on there, it's really, really easy. And this is what I actually see get the most conversions on website traffic that's coming in. We install this on some of our flooring company clients' websites, and immediately from the current traffic they get, leads come in. Because again, for the psychology, if people just want to message a business a lot of times, and this applies to your paid ads too on Facebook, Instagram. People just want to message a Facebook page sometimes and not go to a website or fill out a form, right? So number 2, you've got to have some sort of chat on there. And so this scrolls with the page too. So on mobile, on desktop, it scrolls with the page. So I can easily click that and chat with the business. Number 2, this kind of goes more towards the mobile view. So most times it's going to be mobile, right? That people are going to be on, looking at websites, looking for estimates or quotes from flooring companies whenever they have a flooring need. So on the mobile view here, you need to have a clickable phone number that scrolls with the page that they can just call immediately. It's kind of the same idea with the chat widget message, but you need to have something in place, like kind of right here. If you're just listening, you can't see the video on the podcast, then it's just a little like green phone button on the bottom left corner of the screen, or it can be the actual phone number. But we find this little just phone button to be very, very effective. So people can just call this, they click on it, phone number pops up, and they call it. Right? So as soon as they kind of see what they need to see, they're convinced, like, okay, this is a good flooring company. I think I want to talk to them. All right, cool, good deal. So they click it with their phone or their finger, and they call the business, right? So as you can see, what we're doing immediately, once you go to this website, like this one, for example, you've got 3 different ways to capture a lead from website traffic that's coming in. A lot of websites I see they might have this one, but they definitely don't have these 2 most times. So there's 3 ways immediately. And so once they're convinced, they can just use one of these options to contact the business. So this is a website that is set up to convert website traffic into actual leads, which in the end is all that matters. Like I said, if you're just getting website traffic, who cares, right? Like they've got to be calling you or messaging you or filling out a form. And mind you, those are pretty much the 3 main ways that you can get leads. It's only going to be a phone call. It's going to be some sort of message. This could be an email. This could be a text message, kind of like on the chat thing here. Some sort of message, or it's going to be some sort of form fill, right? So those are pretty much some of the only ways you can get leads. So if you can have those 3 ways set up immediately on your site when they see it, I promise you will get more leads for your flooring company from your current website traffic. Now, if you're not getting a lot of website traffic, that's a different issue. That's more of an SEO issue to set up your website correctly with keywords, all those kinds of things, content, your Google business profile, whatever. Not really talking about that. I've got other videos you can look at on how to do that. But once you've got traffic in, set these 3 easy ways up, and you will get more leads for your flooring